Hey guys, I'm Vivi. Welcome back to my space, to my daily writing updates. To recap, I am currently writing a fantasy novel a about a disgraced spy who infiltrates an underground organization in order to save her career, only to uncover corrupting forces that threaten to possess the only family she has left, her father, who also happens to be one of the leaders of the country. Actually, maybe the next time I say this, like, premise, I should switch that and say that threaten to possess one of the leaders of their country, who also happens to be the only family she has left, her father. Kind of makes more sense when we're framing it, when trying to frame the stakes. But yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Anyway, so yesterday I did edit chapter 5 because it was a very, very rough draft and I wasn't very happy with the end because something about it didn't make sense to me, which I previously attributed to the all the holes, the missing gaps in the chapter that I have not yet written, but I have left space for, which include like unwritten descriptions, unwritten internal thoughts, those kinds of things. Most of the main beats of dialogue and action are already there. It's just missing those beats. Uh, but, but it turns out yesterday, when I said that I edited chapter 5, I really just had to edit before and after this missing section that I have not yet written, because it involves a lot of description. I just had to edit the dialogue right before and after to smooth out the flow of the conversation and to change a little bit of like what was going on there. And actually, that's all I had to do. As in, I probably wrote less than 100 words total. Actually, maybe even less than 50 words. It was really just that part. And now I'm kind of okay with the chapter already. Like, that is kind of amazing, kind of mind-blowing to me. Like, what? That's all I had to do to be satisfied enough to start working on chapter 6? Like, oh my god. But yeah, I will be working on chapter 6 today. Either that or I want to flesh out that missing section in the middle. I just don't know what I'm gonna put there yet. That missing section in chapter 5. I'm either gonna keep tweaking chapter 5 a little and ironing out that ending section so that it segues more neatly into chapter 6, or I'm gonna start outlining chapter 6 already. Because in chapter 6, I'm actually introducing another new character. Woo! See, this is the thing about my Act 1, especially this arc of Act 1. It's just introduction of one new character after the other, which means I always have to like stop and just think about the characters because I need to have a better grasp of the character's relationship with the main character and with the other characters in the cast and all of that stuff and blah 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 blah. I mentioned this before. I just like to know the connections between my characters and each other and the world building and the plot before I can write them comfortably. And this character is new. I have written him before. Actually, I have written him multiple ways. In some ways, I feel like he's a more interesting character than Leowen. He also has history with my main character, by the way. But it isn't quite as pleasant a history as she has with Leowen. You can say that he is one of my main, not one of. You can say that he is a bitter ex-friend of my main character. I kind of need to figure out a new way for him to feel menacing on the page, because the way that I wrote him in a previous draft is actually very pretty similar to the way that I wrote Leowen in this draft, except much more bitter rather than cold, like simmering bitterness rather than like a frigid sort of like regard. And I don't know how I'm gonna do. I guess it's a different way that is different in a way already. I just need to figure that out. He is a complex character, and he is one of the minor antagonists of Act 1, and he's gonna get a redemption arc, but he is one of the minor antagonists of Act 1, which means he has to be an antagonist. He has to feel like an antagonist. But how do you make a character feel like an antagonist anyway? I mean, there's the very typical way of doing it where they're evil or annoying or whatever, but I don't really want to make him like that, because one, he's not evil, and two, maybe some people would find him annoying, but like as the author, I'm actually very fond of his character in a way, because I find him interesting, and I find him a pretty good source of like relational tension and conflict, at the very least for first third of the novel. First fourth of the novel. I really don't know. I have to figure out how I'm gonna tackle him now. So I think those might be my goals for the day. Fix up chapter 5. Actually, one of the things that I'm struggling with the chapter 5, I think I mentioned this yesterday, it's how do I describe a returning place, like a repeating place, differently without it feeling repetitive. I guess I need to figure out what you can see on the streets at night in a town such as this, aside from street lamps and buildings and cobblestone roads and alleys. Like, what else? And not just see, but what can you hear and taste and feel? I guess that works. I can do that. Yeah. Guys, I really need to think about this. This is gonna take a while. I'm not sure how I'm gonna progress with writing today, but I am either gonna continue working on chapter 5 by fixing it up a little, like making it a bit more complete, or I'm going to brainstorm for chapter 6 already. A part of me wonders whether I should just like combine it into one very, very long chapter, but this one's already getting quite long, and once I add the descriptions, it'll get even longer. So I do think that I will keep it as like a separate chapter, but it might end up being either short or medium length, because I'm not sure what'll go in it yet. I know what I want to hit, and I know what I want to reveal, but like how to get there, I do not know yet. That's what the outline and discovery process is for. So yeah, guys, that's what I have for you. And thanks for checking in again on the video. I know I kind of like went around and around the same things over and over again in this video. So hopefully I can cut that out in editing, but if not, I apologize. Yes. Okay. So bye. See you tomorrow.